Hey there, Mary Sheila here from BioYouth Labs, and today I want to talk about the connection between sleep and blood sugar. Okay, so blood sugar regulation and sleep, our sleep cycles are very connected because they're both part of the hormonal system. Okay, we might not always think of blood sugar balance as hormonal balance, but it is. So adequate sleep for 7 to 9 hours every night can really support blood sugar stability, and lack of sleep can disrupt this hormone regulation, and it can also affect our appetite and increase it because it throws our hormones off of balance. Sleep plays a crucial role in blood sugar regulation, and poor sleep can really negatively impact our blood sugar control. So I'm going to talk to you more about this balance, like how it kind of works and what you can do to support it. And again, one thing I like to say is sometimes I don't tell you things you don't already know. We've been told to get good night's sleep all of our lives, most of us, but it helps to be reminded. And when we're reminded, we can make choices and changes that are empowering and support our body. And then it makes it easier to stay connected to what we want to be doing during the day versus what we end up doing, like overeating something or eating sugar or staying up too late, right? Because those can all happen as a result of our hormonal imbalance because of sleep. Sleep helps to regulate our hormones, including insulin and cortisol. Poor sleep can lead to insulin resistance and elevated cortisol levels, which both can affect our blood sugar control and increase our cravings. Sleep deprivation can disrupt the hormones that control hunger and appetite, leading to increased cravings for higher sugar and high carbohydrate foods. Inadequate sleep can also lead to higher blood sugar levels, potentially increasing the risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. So let's talk about some simple ways to support optimal sleep. And I know sometimes when I say simple, it's not always so simple if you struggle with your sleep. But here's one of the first things to know is that it's important and helpful to the body and your biochemistry if you establish consistent sleep schedules. So go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on the weekends, right? Don't use the weekends to stay up all night. Consistency helps regulate your body's internal clock. And create a relaxing bedtime routine, right? Engage in something calming before you go to bed, maybe reading a book, right? We're always on our screens. Reading a book, gentle stretching, or taking a warm bath. Avoid stimulating activities like watching intense TV shows or, our electronic devices with bright screens. And if you are going to do that, yellow tinted glasses can be helpful for keeping the blue light, which is like the get up and go in the morning kind of a light. And it's good to make sure you have a comfortable sleep environment. Ensure that your bedroom is dark, it's quiet, and a comfortable temperature. So you might need to invest in a comfortable mattress and pillows. I've recently invested in a little eye mask for especially when the moon is out, and also earplugs when somebody next to me is snoring. So all of that can help to have a good night's sleep. It's kind of amazing how just, a couple of small things can help. And, as much as you can, I mentioned it a moment ago, when we wake up in the morning, we want to actually get out and get sunlight because that is getting the blue light into our eyes, and that's telling our brain it's morning. Well, the screens emit that blue light too. So we want to avoid our screens as much as we can, at least an hour before bedtime, as blue light emitted can disrupt your body's production of melatonin, and that's the hormone that regulates our sleep. So that's a tough one for a lot of us, but just think about the olden days when we didn't have screens all the time. What did you do at night? You might have put a record on, listen to music. So you can also listen to a podcast or, listen to some music, or just wind down on your own with your brain allowing to be more relaxed and not stimulated as much. And, our diet can affect our sleep as well. So too heavy or spicy meals close to bedtime, that can cause discomfort, That can cause indigestion. So we want to limit caffeine and alcohol intake, especially in the hours leading up to sleep. Sometimes alcohol will put us to sleep, but then will wake us up in the middle of the night, right? Being active during the day can totally help you to sleep. So regular physical activity can promote better sleep, but be sure to avoid really intense exercise close to bedtime, as that could possibly have the opposite effect and get your cortisol rising. And, managing our stress. So sometimes we can't really control the stress that's in our life. However, we can engage in relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or progressive muscle relaxation to reduce stress and calm your mind before you go to sleep. Now, if you really are struggling with sleep and you also take long naps during the day, you might want to reconsider that. I mean, that's tricky. Sometimes the 20-minute nap is going to be okay, but if sometimes we'll wake up after 20 minutes. In fact, but then if you sleep towards, for the full 2 hours, right, which can sometimes happen, then it's like all bets are off. I have found, actually, if I want to lay down in the afternoon, I'll set my alarm for like a half an hour. And I usually kind of wake up right before it, or just at least come to right before it. And then I'm not stressed that I'm going to oversleep. I just set my alarm, lay down, close my eyes, and I usually wake up right before that. But I'm not worried about going too long, especially if I still have things to do. The other thing is to watch your fluid intake. So reduce the consumption of liquids in the evening to minimize nighttime awakenings or trips to the bathroom. It's going to happen, but try not to stress about it if you do have to get up to use the bathroom. But, if you drink a ton of water before bed, then you can maybe change that behavior, right? And if you suspect you have a sleep disorder like sleep apnea or insomnia, it's a good idea to consult with a healthcare professional and evaluate yourself for getting some treatment, right? So that you can have a good night's sleep. And the other thing, and I mentioned this earlier, when you get up in the morning, get yourself some exposure to natural light during the day. That will help regulate your body's internal clock, and that can improve your sleep at night. Sometimes people feel hungry before bed. So if you do feel hungry for bed and you know that that's a deal breaker and you can't sleep, try to have a light balanced snack, such as maybe a small serving of Greek yogurt or a banana with nut butter, to prevent discomfort and just to have something easy and simple to digest. And if you do find yourself awake at night, try not to keep looking at and checking the time frequently, because that can be a little stressful and anxiety ridden if you're having trouble falling asleep. So make sure you can't see your clock. Know that laying down is also very restful. Obviously not as restful as being asleep, but it's still restful. So let yourself know, well, I'm still getting rest. I'm still getting, my body's still resting. But overall, improving your sleep quality and the duration of your sleep is essential for maintaining optimal blood sugar levels and overall health. Experiment with these suggestions and create a bedtime routine that really works for you. And if sleep problems persist, talk to your healthcare professional and see if you can get evaluated. But in general, a lot of our sleep issues kind of have to do with the low-hanging fruit. So the things that you can do, like every night, like turn your screens off and darken your room and, limit your caffeine and your alcohol and your heavy meals close to dinner, right? So like think about how you live your day and what you do, what you consume, and see if you can make some of those changes and allow your body to adjust to those changes. Allow your circadian rhythm to adjust. It's not always an overnight fix, but it's all about being consistent. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for being a part of the BioYouth Labs community, and I'll see you next time.